Hey, it's Matt from Gravity Forms. Today I want to show you a plugin called Email Customizer from Metaphor Creations. I've had the creator and founder of this product on the Breakdown podcast before. I'll try to link that up in the description below. This works with Gravity Forms, Constant Contact, and MailChimp at the time of this recording. And essentially what you're able to do with this plugin is create your own custom email templates using the WordPress block editor. We'll take a look at this really quick in this video to give you an understanding of how it might work and show you around the plugin, of course. So if you want to build different templates for your Gravity Forms notifications that go out, by the way, it pairs really well with Gravity SMTP, especially if you're doing transactional emails. Once you install and activate the plugin, we'll have this new email templates section. And inside the email template section, we'll add a new email. We have some starter templates here. There's just a handful that we can choose from. If you've saved others, they'll be here as well. Let's just start with the minimal template for right now. So I'll click that. And here we are just right inside of the WordPress editor with our email template in front of us. So we'll call this default, we'll call it Matt's default template. And inside here, you'll be able to modify this and, well, you would assign it to, let's say, your contact form. If you were sending a email to the person who sent you the contact form, like, hey, we received your message, we'll get back to you. This would be a great place to use this template and then replace it with your logo just to make it more professional, right? And if you have more complex notifications that go out, especially if you're doing like company-wide notifications that go to different departments or you're routing different notifications to certain people, you could have those different templates assigned on your Gravity Forms. So let's just replace this logo. As an example, we would open up our media library, replace this default logo with, let's say, a Gravity Forms logo. Maybe we don't really need a featured image here, and perhaps maybe even this button doesn't need to be here. So this is just a quick way to say, look, here's how we can modify this template. And they have some nice touches, like we can put merge tags into these templates too. So if you want to customize and make your email template a little bit more personal, you'll be able to do that. If we click on this Insert Merge Tag button, you can see all of the default merge tags that Gravity Forms has to offer. And these three up here, which we'll look at in a moment, first name, last name, email, these are global merge tags. This is so you can have multiple email templates using the email template plugin and assign the same merge tags across all of them. So if you have multiple contact forms with a whole bunch of different templates, but you always want to use first name, last name, email address in a merge tag, you'll be able to set up these global tags. It's a little confusing, but I'll show it to you in a moment. And of course, you can just build out the rest of your template using some of the design tools that we have on the right-hand side, like you would any other, page or post inside of WordPress. If you wanted to change this to a different heading size, we could do that using some of the site editor, the block editor tools. We can change the padding and any of the other features that WordPress has to offer. So it gives you that ability to customize the templates right inside of WordPress. So we'll just go ahead and publish this. And we will go to Gravity Forms. And we'll go to the contact form. And then we'll go to Settings, Notifications, User Notification, because let's say we want to send a copy of that email to them saying, hey, we received your message. We'll get back to you. Logos at the top. Like we just modified. Right down here at the bottom, we would select Matt's default template. The one thing that you just don't want to get confused on is this message section still stays. So any of that, this is where you would normally modify your notification to your users. This is sort of just not going to happen, right? It's all going to be overwritten by the default template that you select, which, it's fine. It's what we want, but this section, I would really like it to either go away or have like another way to inform the user. Don't worry about this particular text field. Okay. If we go to the email customizer, inside of this contact form, this is where we've selected our global mapped merge tags. So you'll see first name, last name, and email address. If we go to email template and we go to settings, under the general settings, the mapped fields are first name, last name, email address. This is where you would enter in merge tags you want to use at a global level, right? And by default, the plugin's saying, here's these three, use these across all of your forms. Even if you have different forms with different templates, you know that these will always be the three that you can place inside of your template versus a per form template. So it's a little confusing, but it does unlock that ability to have that merge tag available across all templates, regardless of which form that they're on. Okay. And inside of the Gravity forms here, we would select a default template. Like if you just wanted to create one and just say, hey, this is the template that Gravity forms is always going to use, then you would set that default template that we just created right here. So there's very limited settings in what you would do on the administrative side of this plugin. And everything else is pretty much handled on that per form basis. Let's just recap it one more time. We'll go back to forms, settings, and we'll do notifications. Again, I'm just sending this out to the user who's submitted that contact form. I'm saying use this default template. And I'm also saying that in the email customizer setting that we are going to set the first name, last name, and email address as our global merge tags so that when we edit the template, we can put in our first name right here, and our other merge tags, we could also do last name or email address if we wanted to. Again, that's really just to personalize these messages. Maybe there's some metadata there, like if you're doing something really intricate account information that gets passed in an email or some other kind of like purchase order information, some kind of ID, you could modify that or add that into your template. Okay, so really cool that if you're looking for something to customize your notifications that go out and you want to build all of those different templates right inside of WordPress without writing HTML and CSS and all this other stuff that maybe you don't want to touch any code, this looks like a perfect solution. When somebody goes and fills out that email, they'll get the notification using this template. It also has an interesting mode where you can actually move parts of the template to a more dynamic feature. So again, if I click on this logo here and I switch it from the library, which is the media library, and I switch it to dynamic, I can pull in a merge tag to assign that image. So pretty edge case, but maybe you have a particular form and you have hidden fields and you want to send that data into a dynamic part into that form template. You could get really granular with this kind of control, right? So really cool stuff. I think at the end of the day, if you just want to customize your notifications with more design and more of that branded feel for your customers, this is a great plugin. Check it out at metaforcreations.com. I'll link it up in the description below. It works great with Gravity Forms, and also, again, at the time of this video, works with Constant Contact and MailChimp. If you like today's video, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you want more.